In the last behind the scenes video, I was organizing the studio to get ready to go through all of these tubes of stencils and show you them and clear some out and make some space. But there is still one more job that I need to do to make the space. So this was a pile of canvases that I said were damaged or old and needed to be destroyed. And I have done that. I have skinned them, and these are the skeletal remains of some dead paintings. But there's still one canvas that I need to organize and clear. And this might be the saddest thing that I've ever had to destroy, and it is this canvas behind me. Paintings do get damaged. I can accept that. They can be stored wrong, they can get destroyed in transit, they can be delivered wrong, lots of different ways. But this one is particularly upsetting for me because it's one of my favorite pieces. It's something that a lot of people have seen on my social media channels. And it was returned from my last gallery show in a really, really bad condition. And it's unsavable. And today we have to kill it. Now, before I show you which piece it is that I have to kill today, I want to show you the back of it because that is really where it's unsavable. And it came back with these big rips. They're about, what's the size of my finger along the back, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 big rips in the back. Now sometimes you can re-stitch a canvas back together and repaint the front of it, but I can't with this one. The frame is also snapped. Again, that's sometimes something you can fix, but not this time. Yeah, it's the Batman spray cap piece that is damaged, and it is heartbreaking because I love this piece. I made it in 2014 for a show called Kryptonite, which was all superhero themed, and I wanted a big showstopper piece, which is 6 foot by 4 foot tall. There you go, that shows how tall I am. And it was made with over 4,000 spray paint caps, all of which I'd saved and used in other paintings over several years. And I wanted to celebrate the caps by turning them into something and making a piece of art out of them, because they allowed me to make other pieces of art by spraying through them. There was over 4,000, specifically 4,056 spray caps went into the making of this piece. There's now less on this canvas because there's a bunch of gaps where it's been damaged and they've fallen off. And when I got this piece back, I was handed a jiffy bag with a bunch of the loose caps and an apology. Things happen, I'm over it. But this piece is a bit too damaged to fix now, and I think I can salvage these caps and make something new. So that is what I'm going to do today. Figure out a way to get all of these 4,000 plus caps off this canvas so I can make something new. Right, now this piece is on the operating table and ready to be euthanized. There's a few different techniques that I could use that I'm going to try. There's pliers. I can just try and yank them off. The issue with this is I don't want to crush the caps. They've been super glued on here for over 10 years and they could be quite brittle, and I want to save as many of these caps as possible. So if this just starts crushing them, that's not going to work. I could go a little bit more surgical. I've got this tool, which is used to pull staples out of the backs of canvases. It's got a little lip, see if I can pry them up. Or a scalpel, see if I can scratch underneath it and cut them off. Again, I don't know how strong the super glue is on this. I haven't tested these yet, so we'll figure out those. And if that doesn't work, then chemical warfare. I've got nail polish remover with acetone in it, and if that isn't strong enough, I've got 100% acetone. Let's see what technique I can use to start getting these caps off. pliers first. Let's see what this does. Oh, that was easy. That may have been a loose one. I may have got lucky on that one. Ooh, no. Pliers seem to work. Let's crack on with these. Okay, the first one where the pliers aren't quite strong enough, I don't want to crush it. This one's really stuck on. I'm going to try tool number 2 and see if I can get under. And that does work. So now I have 2 methods that work. Pliers and flicky thing. Or scalpel. I'm going to keep going. Okay, I've done 3 rows of the caps, removing them, and the pliers are working really, really well. Any that are extra stuck, I'm able to get up with the little flippy tool. And I think the reason is because the super glue dries incredibly strong, but it's also very brittle. So when you twist it or you move it or you snap it slightly, it will break off like a little shard of glass. I haven't broken any caps yet as well, so everything is salvageable. But one thing I've realized whilst doing this is this feels like a lot of those videos that I know you've seen at some point where they rip off and they clamp off those little things that grow on sea turtles. You know the things I'm talking about, the disgusting things. This feels like an arty, less disgusting version of that, which is a lot more satisfying. But it's also hurting my back leaning over doing this, so I'm going to put this upright and see if I can stand up and do it and crack on and do more of this. I thought of another tool that I can use to try and get the caps off are one of these things. I found this in a toolbox in the reorganized bit outside. Let's see if I can get in and under and scrape off a bunch at once rather than plying them individually. So I'm going to give this a go. Well, that worked. I'm just going to keep using this. They go everywhere on the floor, but I can pick them up. It took 4 hours, but all of the caps are now off this canvas. Oh. And in here, over 4,000 of them, all ready to go and make a new piece. So if you have any ideas for new paintings like the Batman one made of spray caps, let me know in the comments below. But all of these have got little shards of super glue. They're covered in spray paint because I had to color match it for the Batman piece. So I need to clean them up to put them back to their original setting so I can make something new. So that's why I'm going to go get the chemicals and show you how I clean these up with acetone. I'm going to be working with chemicals now, so I've got some latex gloves and a mask because safety first. And I'm going to start with the nail polish remover, which has acetone in it, but it's not as strong as the pure stuff. So I want to see if this works first. So I'm going to test a few of these caps in a little metal pot with some of this, leave it for about 15 minutes and just see what reaction it has and whether it cleans them up. If it works, I can then do a big batch of them and clean them all up. But let's see if this will clean off the paint and super glue in here. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes now that they've been sitting in this little acetone bath, and I've run a little bucket of water here to wash them off, and I've got a sponge and a cloth to see if I can wipe off the paint. So I'm going to see if it's worked and pull out a couple of caps. And instantly, I can see that that paint is just peeling off. Little splash of water, and we now have a black cap that was once blue. So it works. So now the challenge is cleaning all of these, which is going to take a bit of time, but at least I know the process works. So let's do some more cleaning. So I've given them a couple of minutes in the water, and all of the paint and glue has melted away and cleaned up. So there we go. As good as new caps, ready to start a new piece. Now, as sad as it was to destroy the Batman piece today, I'm excited that we've liberated all of these spray caps to be able to make more pieces like the Mona Lisa. This one is 48 by 36 inches, half the size of that canvas, which means it takes half the amount of caps. 2,028 caps go into making this piece. I've got 4,056 caps ready to clean up and turn into 2 brand new pieces like this. So let me know in the comments what you would like to see me make. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and go and check out CreateScene.com. There's a lot of new features coming soon, including an app, video players, new members of the team. There's going to be videos about all of that. But now that I've got this piece out of the way, the next one is going to be me organizing all of the stencils. So stay tuned for that next week, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.